Hey folks, welcome to the Wealth Transfer with TC. Today I'm going to give you guys a quick update on the Silicon Valley Bank situation, along with the issue with the stablecoins and USDC, and squash some of this fear that's running rapid within the wealth transfer community. But first, before I get started, I am not a financial advisor. I'm just sharing information, giving you my thoughts and my opinions on that information. If you guys like these videos that I make, the support links are down below in the description and also in the About section of YouTube. Now, folks, I really haven't made that many videos this week. I've been kind of taking a break, but also I've had to look at my finances and cover things. People don't understand that when you don't have very much time and you're trying to help people out and you're trying to make videos and you're trying to update people and you're trying to run a Telegram and Discord and all that, it's very, very difficult to, especially if you're doing it by yourself. So I have been putting out updates on Patreon, right? Not video updates. A lot of my video updates will come coming up this next week, but I needed to put this out here because, for a lot of people, this is a big issue, right? So let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, Silicon Valley Bank, which was a bank I never heard of before, it was shut down by regulators. Now, people don't understand about this bank, that it is a bank for the wealthy and for a lot of the Silicon investors. Isn't that ironic? And this was a sign and a symbol to me of what is getting ready to take place. Now, this article here, Silicon Valley Bank is shut down by regulators and the biggest bank failure since the global financial crisis. And we've been discussing this on this channel for some time. It's been years. We have been saying for years that the financial system is going to change. Some banks are going to fail. Not all banks are going to fail, because if all banks failed, we might as well just go ahead and pack up our bags now and forget about the wealth transfer. But you also have to be smart about things. And that's to make sure that you do have alternative investments like in gold and silver and certain types of stocks that do well during bad economic times, or buying real estate, property, especially if you have a lot of money, is to diversify. This article here, Silicon Valley Bank, Manhattan's branch calls cops on investors trying to pull their cash out as Boston tech CEO with $10 million in bank describes the worst 18 hours of my life. Lender is seized by regulators in the largest U.S. bank failure since the Great Recession. Folks, this was a bank for the wealthy. Okay, even it says here that including former Lyft executive Dor Levy showed up at outside the building of Park Avenues and as investors scrambled to get their money. Folks, there were people, and I'm getting ready to show you here, this is just an example. In Silicon Valley, people at a Silicon Valley bank, millionaires and investors are standing in line to figure out what the heck is going on with their money. This is the wealthy panicking. So there's a change that is coming, and you're seeing rich and wealthy people with millions of dollars, businesses in this bank, in Silicon Valley businesses have a lot of money tied up in this bank, and also USDC as well, right? And we'll get into that. But this is just amazing that this is happening and people aren't really seeing the signs. They're panicking. Stop panicking. If you're going to keep panicking, just get out of the wealth transfer. Pull all your buy and sell limit orders. Sell everything you got. Don't worry about whether or not if anything's going to happen. Right? And take out all the cash out of the bank and put it in your home. Just make sure you put it in a fireproof safe. So Circle USD stablecoin breaks peg with $3.3 billion stuck at Silicon Valley Bank. Spooked investors cashed out over $2 billion worth of USD coin, knocking the dollar pegged below 87 cents. So in this, because Circle has some of their crypto stablecoins involved with Silicon Valley Bank, it caused the USDC stablecoin to break away from its peg. Isn't that insane? For the last 2 years, I have been people complaining about USDT, how USDT is going to depeg, and how USDT is going to crash the markets. And I'm going to keep saying this, right? Because, and I've shared this already, and I laid it all out for you on USDT. And I said, you know what? They may have started out wrong, but they were forced to get everything legit. And I said that if you want another 2 years of crypto winter, go ahead and let USDT fall and fail. And you might as well get out of the wealth transfer right now. You might as well pull all of your buy limit orders that you have in right now. You can see that the USDC coin is edging closer back up to being repegged. Who knows what's going to happen on Monday morning? And there was opportunity for those of you who took advantage of this, right? It got down to 87 cents. So the way I look at it is that you could make 13 cents off of each dollar if you bought, or if you were able to actually buy USDC, because some platforms actually restricted trading, right? So eventually, regardless if it's in the next couple of days or the next week, it will repeg, because I believe in what God has shown us. I believe what God is going to do. And it wasn't just USDC. There was the Pax dollar, the USDD, the Gemini dollar, the Fee dollar, the Frax, some of these other stable coins I've never even heard of before, right? Probably wouldn't have that much an effect if they fell, but USDT and Binance USD, we're sitting at or a little bit above $1. So this affected the other stable coins too as well. Prophet shared this with me. Not only is the enemy trying to shake the tree and trying to shake everybody out of the tree, but so is God. There are people that immediately canceled all their USDC orders and transferred it all to USDT. This told me that people still have this fear, and people still putting out this fear about the stablecoins crashing. And if you're going to keep listening to that stuff for right now, right, until this flash crash happens, you guys going to keep getting, your emotions are going to keep getting pulled if you don't have the faith. And if you look at what happened with Tether, it's destabilized twice, right? Back in May of 2022, it happened then. And guess what? It repegged. Again, it happened in November of 2022. And guess what? It repegged. And when it comes to USDC, it just says right here, circled, USDC says it will cover any missing liquidity in Silicon Valley using corporate funds. So it's covered. Another news release, breaking, U.S. regulators overseeing the emergency breakup of Silicon Valley Bank Financial Group are racing to sell assets and make a portion of the clients' uninsured deposits available as soon as Monday. All right, so they are trying to work out the issue. So folks, I am not moved by any of this at all whatsoever, right? If you are a buyer and holder, it doesn't make a difference and you really shouldn't be freaking out, right? And if you're a swing trader, you're taking advantage of the situations. And really honestly, if you're a swing trader, you saw this coming beforehand anyway, whether if it was 5 minutes, an hour, or the day before. There are people out there that read the charts and they got their videos up. And I've been trying to share some of those folks, and I've been trying to tell you guys that, some of these people are able to look at the charts and see that these issues are coming. What has happened now is the Federal Reserve is going to hold an emergency meeting on this collapse. So the things that I've seen and the things that I've read, they're talking about they're going to start lowering the rate. Maybe you won't even get a rate hike this month. And if we don't get a rate hike this month, the markets are going to take off temporarily anyway. So we don't know what's going to happen until that news is announced at the end of the month, right? But who knows what they're going to do here, right? This mainly is going to have to do with whether or not if they are going to bail out this bank or have their hand in some way, somehow, in fixing this issue. So I don't want people to start fearing and start selling off and then, making mistakes. And you have to have nerves of steel. People who bought Bitcoin back in 2009, and they have had to wait for years for their investment to get to where it was at. You know how many people and stories I've read where people sold off Bitcoin when it was $100 and just got out of crypto? I mean, when you look at what happened with Shiba Inu, people who put in $100, look how long they had to wait when it first came out, right? $100 brought you like 10 million at Shiba Inu's all-time high, and now we're waiting for this next move for those of us who got in, right? After that first wave, we missed it. But those people who put in still had to wait, and they went through all the ups and the downs, just like the same with Bitcoin. And it says here, crypto traders suffer over 300 million losses of liquidations amid the market crash. People still haven't learned as far as leveraging trading. So people are still getting wiped out after everything has happened, and they're not willing to wait until everything is out there in the open, right? So it's a huge risk. And we went through a lot of that last year in the month of May, June, July, August. People think the markets were going down, and then they went up, and people got liquidated. People thought the markets were going to go up, and they went down, and people were getting liquidated. And you know what, folks? When it comes to USDC, the rumors were just all over the place that it was going to be the United States digital coin. And I believe now that since they were supposed to launch it this year, that's actually going to be delayed because of what took place here. These actions that happened today may have saved some of the fallout that what was going to happen when the United States actually puts out their digital currency. Right now, folks, it does sound bad, it does look bad, but it's not affecting the people in the wealth transfer. Right? And everything is going to repeg. All the stable coins that depegged are going to repeg. God is just shaking the tree, right? Because the enemy doesn't want people in the wealth transfer, and God is seeing the people who have faith and believe what they have been doing and following the instructions for the last several years. So that's really all that I have for today, folks. I just wanted to give this very quick update, put it out really quick. And so there's going to be videos coming. And some of those videos will be on some of the posts that I did on the Patreon and so forth. So I just want people to keep the faith as far as your decision making and just bailing out and then now realizing, hey, it's about to repeg again. People have lost money because they didn't wait or they didn't ask. They moved out of fear, right? So you got to, for right now, folks, when it comes to stablecoins, I do not fear anything. So all the videos, all the people talking about USDT, USDC, and the stablecoins right now, I don't fear any of that of what is going on. So that's all I have for today. I thank you guys for listening. God bless. TC out.